Dun, 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 dun. Oh, hello everyone, and top of the afternoon, night, morning, whatever it is for you. For I am the one, the only. I am Hobo Tom, and I'd like to wish everyone a happy St. Patrick's Day, folks. It's not so much green beer, but my green, fizzy, apple smelling stuff. Top of the morning to you. Oh, that's pretty good. So again, happy St. Patrick's Day, everyone. It's a little bit special day. I hope everyone is doing well. Oh, where did my... Uh-oh. I'm going to get the coronavirus soon. So I put away my little spray can, and every time I say coronavirus, I should be spraying something. That's okay. I'm so over this thing. Can't believe they cut hours at work because of it. The gym closed early. Chaos! It's happening. But we don't have chaos on this channel because Impact is still going through their tapings. And I was home in time to actually watch an Impact Wrestling show. Before I get into that, let's see here. There are some people I like to make some shout outs for. Let's see here. How many are there? Oh, wow. There's a lot today. Mike from... Oh, Blockbuster. That's right. Let's start off the show with the thank yous. Eho Del Some Guy Online. Thank you very much, sir. I did appreciate the fact that you respond to me. All 76 people there. And I made some kind of response. You, sir. Sir, let me pull this up so I can award you your little shout out video. Let's see here. I have to figure out which one, because I think you've done this a couple times. Let's see here. Yes. Because you're that, you know what? You are a member of the El Generico band. Checkpoint Johnny. Someone I've never heard from before. Again, thank you. I think you either gave me a yes or you said maybe. You, sir, have earned that infamous 6 count. Mike from Blockbuster. I don't think I've ever talked to you before. You, sir, are a master of the air drum and air guitar. Dennis Reynolds. Wow, you've actually said a lot. Do I have to make you a character soon? I think I do. Let's see here. But you, sir, are definitely that luchador on the forklift. And Big Sale 59. Yep, this is a S show. I would like to thank you very much for your comment, but you, sir, can take that comment and crawl right out of here. So let's talk about some Impact Wrestling because it was a nice little change of pace. Got to see an audience. Again, that Raw without an audience, that just should have been a Steve Austin tribute show. So let's see here. Yeah, I have 3 more minutes before I have to turn that off at least. I have a pizza cooking right now. In celebration of St. Patrick's Day, I have my green apple Jones soda. And I have a Trinity of Peppers cooking. A Trinity of Peppers pizza. I was going to say Patrick was very Catholic. So I have both green, red, and yellow peppers with mozzarella cheese and cheddar cheese cooking in the oven. So I have 3 more minutes. So I might have to take a little break, but it won't be an official break. And also there was no NWA wrestling. They were just showing things from their old pay-per-view. It had the Nick Aldis, Cody Rhodes match. No need to do that. But definitely want to get into the matches here. So the first match of the night, we have the North versus Falaba and TJP. This was pretty good. It started off as a brawl, of course. The four men don't like each other. They just want to fight. That makes sense. I have to find that later, too. That's okay. I'm going to be making this in a couple parts. There we go. That's a little bit. So with this, there was a brawl ensues all for men. Falaba, he no-sells the punches the way only Falaba can. Bah! 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 No! Falaba. But then, so TJP eventually tags in. And of course, because TJP is a smaller person, he always gets beat up by the heels. If you ever follow tag team wrestling, this is kind of like the very formulaic tag team match. It wasn't a bad match, though. Nothing really exciting happened, and you're like, oh, you tapped out. Well, we'll get into that. And the smart tag teamwork by Ethan Page. He knows when his partner's in trouble by his corner, or even if he can just kind of reach over, slow the momentum down like he did a couple times. He saves his partner. Again, stops his partner momentum. Either stopped Josh Alexander's momentum or stopped TJP's momentum, and just enough where Josh Alexander could come back. Oh, I'm remembering their names now. Wow, I'm watching way too much Impact, I guess. But again, he did that, and now, of course, the heels are in control. Again, they slowed the pace down, very typical of any heel match. Bob eventually does get the hot tag, the back body drop, power bomb. This is great. Then TJP decides to fly, and this is where the match kind of picks up. TJP and Falaba do a double team on the North. TJP puts Ethan Page into like a version of the label lock, the crossface, a little bit. Not so much the cripple crossface, but it's definitely a crossface, almost like the old STO or STF, whatever John Cena called his first move of doom ever. What was it then? Falaba somehow put Josh Alexander in the octopus lock. Whoa. That was pretty intense. Of course, Josh Alexander, the smart tag team tactician that he is, and he started to back up, and he grabbed the ref because he knew eventually Ethan Page was in the hold a lot longer than him. Of course, with the ref distracted, Ethan Page taps out, but the ref never saw it. Doesn't count. Whole crowd chants, "You tapped out! You tapped out!" Doesn't matter. Then again, they work up from that. Again, that was really good. That ref bomb's the best. Again, TJP has a great wrecking ball drop kick. That's good. Volleyball does a dive. However, the North, they isolate TJP inside the ring. Do like the northern experience or northern whatever. It's like a fireman carry toss into a neck breaker Death Valley driver. It's really great tag team work. Again, this was a fun match. The North retained their title in a good cheeseburger match. And then we have the episode of the year. Oh, I'll tell you what, when you talk about vignettes of the year, not promos, Randy Orton still has the promo of the year. But the Real Housewives of Slamtown. Oh my God. I was laughing. It involved Rosemary, Taya, two of Taya's friends, and it's like the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, like meets the OC meets, I don't know, whatever one of those other shows are, 90210 or something. But Rosemary begins like first of all they just drink, and I'm like, wait a second, are we gonna see some hot lesbian action? Four-way from a Brazers porno going on? No, 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 no. They go out to a club. Rosemary then sucks the soul out of one of her friends, and I love this because we have the return to cheesy effects. Bravo, Impact. That's what we miss the most. Cheesy special effects. You're the best. Thank you so much. Then of course Taya says, "Well, why don't you go suck the soul of that bartender guy?" She's like, "Okay." So this was really good. That was just really fun to see. Okay, so the next match we have Chris Bay taking on Damian Drake. It was actually pretty good. I was shocked. Chris Bay, again, for the most part, he's in control of the match. They're trying to really showcase him. This is the first time, and I think only because I've been reading the book, The Death of The Rise and Fall of WCW. Like, Impact tries. They try to have new talent. They try to make new talent. They have homegrown talent. They're not trying to. I know they're picking people from the indies, but this is like the indies of the indies. I mean, it's one thing to like poach from Ring of Honor. It's another thing to take a guy like the local enhancement talent and showcase him, saying, "Hey, this guy has some potential." Can't fault him for doing that. He starts off with a head scissors takedown, in the basement drop kick. Bay again, he has a good, fast, realistic looking kicks. The insecurity, the fast feet. Damian Drake's no slouch though. He hit that backbreaker short flatliner. I'll tell you what, Chris Bay has a good looking neck breaker too. A little bit more, and then it was the Baymisser instead of the Famouser, and this is a little bit different. It comes off the top rope. Well, no, not top rope. Second rope. A little bit different. Not the Famouser, but they Baymisser. This was another good match. It's a cheeseburger match. Then there's Alicia Edwards and Jordan Grace backstage. Little do they know that their next Impact Plus has been canceled. Yeah, that's the only thing about doing tapes. Like, you never know what's going to happen. No one foresaw this, though. Then there was that Neil Dashwood is one hot piece of ass. Yeah, she's doing her promo again. This is going to blow up. This is, no, not blow up good. Like, boom. And Neil Dashwood will then go off to AEW. That's my prediction. She lasted doing the Emelina gimmick, I think, for like 7 weeks. Again, feel free to leave a comment if it was like more or less. Why does it feel like a month, almost a month and a half? Yeah, about that. About a month and a half, 7 weeks. Of her doing the Emelina thing. That did not go over good. Neither will this. Then we have Chase Stevens in the back. Moose comes out, interviews him. They get in a tussle. Moose spears him into something. Yeah, that was okay. Then they had the gut check highlights. Actually, they could have put this on the card. Oh yeah. They could have put this on the card. And that probably would have been better. Be more exposure for these guys. Again, I like the fact that they're trying to showcase and grow their own talent. And I think even some of these guys, they have some experience on the indie circuit. But, I mean, local indie talent, do you really know who they are? No. Then there was a Tessa Blanchard interview. I just kind of skipped all that stuff. Then we had Joey Ryan coming out and RVD with Katie Forbes. Katie Forbes is now all covered up. Because remember, she's the one that broke Twitter. And that was my line of the year when, like why is she wearing that? And I just said, somewhat covers her taint. No. It's like, I've never heard those words put together in such a way. But it was true. So RVD's with her. Katie Forbes is wearing this black and white kind of yin yang coat, very similar to what RVD would typically wear. They're the cancel culture. That's not good. Take on, woohoo, the Deaners. The Deaners are fun. Cousin Jake and Joey Ryan start off. For the most part, the Deaners beat up poor Joey Ryan. Cody, does get crotched up on the top rope, and then we have the Van Daminator, classic Rob Van Dam stuff. He tries to he asks the audience, "Do you want to see Rolling Thunder?" Not tonight. The crowd was saying stuff like, "How high are you?" And of course, it's not Joey Ryan; it's Joseph P. Ryan. He's wearing nerd glass. Nerd. Let's see. It was a very classic wrestling match. Not much exciting. There was no dick flip. Instead, Joey Ryan or Joseph Ryan did the Michinoku driver, tagged in RVD for the 5-star frog splash, tagged in RVD. Katie Forbes acts as a distraction. Cody Deaner, who wouldn't be distracted by her? She broke Twitch, folks. So then RVD hits the 5-star frog splash. Cancel culture wins. Whatever. I mean, they could have had this gut check match instead of this. This was a ham sandwich. Then we have a Ken Shamrock interview. Yeah, Ace Austin and Willie Mack in the backstage talking. That's going to set up, the tapings, but next week's show. It'll be weird to see what happens, not next week, the following week, because when all the tapings are done and over with. I don't know, that'll just be... I'm hoping it's not recap shows, because they do recap shows during this. Some are good, some you're like, why? Then we have Kiera Hogan taking on Lacey Ryan. Wow. Yeah, this was my one comment. I think as far as the best women wrestling, NXT far and away is number one. The WWE main roster is probably 2. I have to say Impact's number 3. And then I'll tell you what, like NWA, Ring of Honor, or Women of Honor, and then the AEW is like in the basement. I don't know. It might just be me too. So now we have, again, Kiera Hogan starts off. She jumps Lacey again. She's the heel. She tried to go for the booty bump, but was caught into the German suplex. This is the thing that I like about the women wrestling in Impact, NXT, and WWE. They look like, one, normal women. They have a little tummy on them. Fine with that. That are a little bit muscular. They're not overly muscular. They just look woman who works out. Woman who actually wants to be a pro wrestler. They're not overly jacked. And they're not disgustingly thin, Britt Baker. And they don't look like Japanese schoolgirls, Rio. Because I heard that song at work. Her name was Rio, and she danced upon the stage. Only thing I think of when I think of Rio is that song. It was a terrible, terrible thought, especially considering the police. That was one of the known songs. Yeah, was it the Police or Duran Duran? I'll have to look that up later. I know it was a group from the 80s. Kira then takes control. However, Lacey does. They also give the women their comeback, and it seems realistic. Lacey hits the clothesline. There was some flippy GTS that she did. I'm like, oh, this is the end of the match. Lacey Lane's winning. No, Kiara getting kicked out. I'm like, oh, wow. Maybe because it was too flippy and stuff. Then Lacey tried for a frog splash. Not happening. Kiara rolled out of the way. Did a bridging fisherman's neck breaker. That looks good. It's like what Nikki Cross is, except she holds it for the bridging pin. I like that. That was good. Yeah, I put Impact second best women's. Maybe third. Yeah, they're third. NXT, WWE. Yeah, Impact's women. They're third. Listen. The thing is, NXT's women. Oh, that's the best. The best of the main roster. If you think about it, Asuka, Kairi Sane, I'm sorry, Becky Lynch, even Charlotte Flair, and then you get into people who've improved so much: Carmella, Liv Morgan, Ruby Riott, and then you get to like the Bayley, the Sasha Botch. Oh, I mean Banks, Mandy Rose, and boo Sonya Deville. Boo. Although then there's Lana. So Lana's there somewhere too. So again, I mean that's still pretty stacked. So again, this was, I'll tell you what, I enjoyed this match. Again, a cheeseburger match. So we have a Su Yung promo. Oh, Su Young's the best. She finds a note like pasted on the wall. I'm like, how this get here? Of course, it came from the Reverend James, the demon Reverend James. He's in hell. And again, Su Yung and Havoc are going to face each other in an Undead Realm match. That could be interesting. Someone's going to get hung again, I think. Or maybe that was too far. Who knows? Again, if we were in the States and they said, yeah, well, we're going to fake hang you. We're in the States. I'm cool with that. We're in Mexico and they're like, oh, we're going to fake hang you? No. Not in Mexico. What are you talking about? Then we had the final match was Jay Chris versus Daga. It was pretty good. Oh, I saw Cult of Kayfabe. Cult of Kayfabe, you're recognized on Impact. It was a classic wrestling match, nothing great. Chris had the slower pace. Drops Daga on the canvas of the ring by the capsule of his knee. I didn't even know the knee had a capsule until like today. And I have a doctor. I know the knee or parts of it, there are Burska sacs. I wouldn't quite call that a capsule though. And those sacs, it's by the cartilage. When you hear about people draining their knee, yeah, that fluid gets infected, they stick a needle in, icky stuff comes out. So yeah. But not so much capsule though. Then we have Chris again. He goes for the chin lock when they went to break. They come back. We see Chris holding a chin lock, side Russian leg sweep. Anyone does a side Russian leg sweep's good by me. And they ended a little chain wrestling into the stump puller, and then Daga pulled out La Magistra, the best Mexican pinning combination ever, La Magistra. And this was a ref who actually knew the rules because Jake's Chris shoulders actually weren't on the mat. They were off, and he's like, nope. Daga put him in position though, so Daga knew it's like, okay, I'll make it look great, and then the ref counted. A ref who knows the rules of pro wrestling. Indeed. And then there was a gut wrench powerbomb that just looks amazing because that's pure strength almost. And a little help. Chrissy has those kicks. And then Daga did like this Allison pop up to German suplex. That looked good. Daga went up top. He was going to do something, but it was a catch cutter by Jay Chrissy. Daga kicks out. Snapdragon suplex to a leg or lung blower. Daga wins. I'll tell you what, this was really fun. I think just that weird break and just the whole pacing of the show kind of deflated it a little bit. It's a good cheeseburger match. Then they found the hacker, the ICU guy. It was Ryan Cage. He was the ordained minister at Brian Cage's wedding, whatever. Ken Shamrock, not Frank. Ken Shamrock comes out. He's going to be in the Impact Hall of Fame. But however, we got hacked by ICU. And wait a second. Whoever it was threw that fireball into Shamrock's face. Well, that looked like Sammy Callahan. Or should I say, Solomon Crow version 2.0. And so that was a pretty good ending. This show, it was fun. It'll be interesting to see what happens when it goes forward. And there's no audience to wrestle in front of. That'll be a true test. Because WWE SmackDown was great. Raw, not so great. And AEW, we'll see tomorrow. So I'd like to thank. So overall, I think this whole show, well, was a good cheeseburger. So I think the only other thing I have going on this week is going to be Wednesday and Friday. Wednesday is going to be AEW. Oh, there is no NWA. I'm not going to watch 3 hours of an old NWA pay-per-view. Friday SmackDown. Saturday is supposed to be Rey de Reyes for AAA. I'll try to check it out. I do not guarantee anything though. It's one I have to work. Oh wait, this is AAA. They'll have this show. They have guys with flamethrowers going off like literally a foot above a kid's head. They just don't care. So we'll see what happens Saturday. Again, I'd like to thank everyone for watching. Please like, share, comment, subscribe. And I hope everyone had a good St. Patrick's Day. Again, I'm not wearing my wrestling shirt. I'm wearing my green shirt. And over time, I finished off, through the magic of video editing, my green soda. Bye!